Facebook. I'm a little bit delirious. I did not have enough sleep last night. So I apologize in advance if I repeat myself a lot of times today. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, Facebook. Hold on, I gotta set up my audio. I almost forgot. All right, we are recording. Welcome to episode number 13. Can you guys believe it? 13 weeks we have been at this, and gosh, it's been fun. I mean, Amy and I have spent the whole summer together, and I'm really depressed though because she has gone off to college, and now we only get to hang out once a week. And today we are going to talk about being depressed though. I really like that word. I'm going to maybe trademark that, right? It's a good one. So you are watching Coffee is for Closers. This is a Facebook Live show, which means if you are on LinkedIn or Instagram, you guys should go over and hit the Pitch Queen page, the Pitch Queen, and then you'll be notified if you type in show in the comments below when I go live, because we're all really busy and we don't have a lot of time. Or maybe you're like me and a little bit lack of sleep last night, which makes you a little bit depresso and delusional. I'm just kidding. Anyway, we are talking about today lots of cool stuff. Today is all about rejection. Have you all been rejected or told no in business or in sales? If not, I am a little bit worried. That means you're probably not asking for enough stuff. And if you have, we're going to talk about what does it mean, why does it happen. I'm going to tell you about a major rejection that made me really depressed though. That happened to me, but I look at everything from a positive standpoint. Also, I have a really fun thing going on. And you guys know my podcast, right? It's called Success Unfiltered. And I am having a Royal Appreciation Week or day. Well, it's going for a whole week. It's going from now until next Wednesday. So if you want more information, you can go to thepitchqueen.com/prizes. All of the details are there. And basically it's to help Success Unfiltered get to the top of the charts on iTunes. And one of the ways of doing that is to get more reviews. So I've upped the ante a little bit. I actually brought everything with me. I have hats I'm giving away. I've got Amazon gift cards I'm giving away. You see these, you guys? This is like real money, okay? All of the prizes are on thepitchqueen.com/prizes. And it takes literally about 30 seconds to a minute to write a review. This is the podcast. This is the Facebook show. Success Unfiltered, where I interview 7-figure, 8-figure entrepreneurs, actors, performers, like really, really cool people. I mean, like really cool, like John Lee Dumas, Pat Flynn, Eric, who started Tender Greens, Pete, who started Pete's Paleo, Scott, who's the CEO of Ocho Candy, who's also part of one of the prizes. You're going to get a whole bunch of candy delivered to your doorstep just in time for Halloween. So those are my, I guess, housekeeping agenda for today. I've got Amazon gift cards. So again, maybe Amy will put in the comments everywhere, but please like, share, heart, share it with everybody. This is Royal Fam Appreciation Week because I appreciate all the reviews we've gotten so far. They're pretty amazing. And I just wanted to say thank you. So by saying thank you, I went shopping for you guys. But there are some rules, and they all can be found at thepitchqueen.com/prizes. Real quick, the winner last week for sharing the show on Facebook, liking it, and commenting on what challenges you're having in sales was Justin. So Justin, you're going to get one of these hats and the $25 Starbucks card. I am going to do the same thing for next week. So you have to do 3 things. You have to like, give me a heart, and comment below. So you guys need to leave comments because I love to get feedback. That's what keeps me going every week because I sit here and talk to myself. So do that first, and then also sharing it on your pages. So if you guys are on LinkedIn or on Facebook, please do share it. That's how you get entered And the more people that I can spread this message to, the better it is for everybody. I just make it a little bit more fun. So Starbucks gift card, $25. This is Coffee is for Closers, so you can put your Starbucks in your Pitch Queen cup and pour it like that. And then you get a hat. These hats are so cool. I love my hats. So anyway, now to today's topics, and I'll give you a reminder halfway through the show. I will share my screen with you. For those of you who can't see my screen, don't worry, you know I talk all about it. So we are at Coffee is for Closers. It's a live show. This is live interaction, so I would really appreciate your question. Oh, there is one question. It's in my LinkedIn. We'll get that later, and I'll make sure I answer it later today. So I do have one question. I know you can't be here live, but I will be answering it. I just can't remember it right now. Today we are talking about rejection. What is it, and why does it happen? There is our cup of wisdom, as always, our recipe of rejection. So what does it mean? Why does it happen? Don't get depresso. Just because you get rejected in business does not mean you need to get depresso. The fuel for the day, some of us is caffeine, coffee, tea, smoothies. For Garen, it's his banana caramel meal replacement shake. I don't know if you're here today. I think you said you were coming to San Diego. And energy for your soul. So let's go over the definition of rejection. No, not the definition. We're going to do a quote first. I've got my slides mixed up, so sorry. So a rejection is nothing more than a necessary step in the pursuit of success. And I love this quote. It's from Bo Binet. He's the author of that quote. A rejection is nothing more than a necessary step in the pursuit of success. Now let me tell you something. I got major depresso when I got rejected big time. And today we are going to talk about Shark Tank. You all know I was there season 4. This might not be new news to you guys, but I wasn't one of the ones that got a deal. I also have some really cool stats on Shark Tank, and it just started again Sunday night. How cool that it's on Sunday nights, not on Friday nights. Like, good job, Shark Tank. I'm so happy about that. And it was a 2-hour episode. I love that they got new chairs. Richard Branson was there. Love Virgin America, Virgin Airlines. Like, it was awesome. So you guys need to go watch it. I still love the show, even though I did it kind of a long time ago. I mean, they're on season 9 and I did season 4. Anyway, a rejection is nothing more than a necessary step in the pursuit of success. And I can't agree with that more. Because sometimes I don't really know a lot of people that have succeeded big time that didn't get rejected big time or had a major failure or had a major no. That just means I'm closer to major success. That's how I see it. So when you all see the same, we'll all get to where we consider success to be. Because for each person, the definition is always different. So the recipe of rejection. So this is the definition, okay? I have the sniffles. Sorry. The act of not accepting, believing, or considering something. So if we take that, like, what does rejection mean? And we're talking about business, you guys. We're not talking about personal relationships, okay? So the act of not accepting. If you are giving a product or service and the other person on the other side is not accepting, that is the definition of rejection. And I think a lot of us stop asking, right? Stop asking because the fear of rejection is so big. However, think about this. If you don't ask the other person for whatever it is that you want, then you're actually giving them the opportunity to say no for you. Does that make sense? Like, really think about it. If you don't want to get rejected because you're scared or you've got this big fear in your way, think about that you actually have a 50-50 chance to get a yes. But if you don't ask, you have a 100% chance of a no. Very interesting, right? That's why I come from the mindset of, I'm just going to ask everybody. What's the worst thing someone's going to tell me is no. However, that's a 50-50 chance. If I did not ask, Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten rejected, but I also am letting them tell me no 100% of the time. You see the odds on that? Hopefully that makes sense, because for some of you, I know this is the biggest thing in the way. And if it's not, I'd be surprised. But raise your hand. You know the emoji with the raise your hand? Raise your hand if that thought goes through your mind, where you're like, I don't want to ask or try to sell my services or try to ask this investor for money because they might reject me and tell me no. If that has happened to you, definitely raise your hand below, because I know you're not alone. This is a topic that I've actually been talking about in my Screw the 9 to 5 group with a string of people, because when you realize that the 50-50 opportunity for them to actually say yes is actually greater than 100% of the time being a no, you're going to start asking all the time. So the recipe of rejection, the act of not believing, okay? So if you're selling a product or service, or you're pitching for investors, maybe they don't believe in you, or maybe they don't believe in your product, and you need to do more around the why. Like, why are you selling it? What are you selling? What are you doing? All of that about the why. So believing is also a form in rejection. Or considering something. Again, product or service based, maybe they don't understand, 10% of what your offer is or what your product is. There's a lot of variables with that. Okay, so that's the definition. So don't get depresso. Let's discuss this. It's all about the numbers. And it kind of goes along with what we were just talking about. And that's like really the main takeaway from today. I really want you guys to understand that and like soak it in. And I even made, I have a little guide that will help you too to upping your sales that discusses this. And it's the 3 ways to turn a no into a yes. So on all platforms, I'll put the link and you guys can get it. But if that's interesting to me, if you want to know the 3 ways that you can actually convert someone telling you no into a yes, you'll want to get this guide, because it's quick and easy. You guys can put into action today. So only, depending on what you're selling, 25% of leads are legitimate and should advance to sales. Very interesting, right? Some of this is from research centers. I did not come up with these numbers. On average, it takes about 30 calls to get an appointment with a prospective client. Again, it depends on what you're selling if you're in an online business. So there's like a few different scenarios, and I'm going to go through a couple of them. I just started working with the Knicks basketball team and New York Rangers. So for all of you dietitians out there in the nutrition world that know me, I reached out to the dietitian for a very, very long time. I don't know if it took 30 calls, but it might have taken 29. Text, emails, I've been in New York, I've been across the street in Madison Square Garden. I can't tell you guys, depending on what you're selling or your services, timing is everything. You just don't know. So that falls into place for her. However, if I'm working like with Dominique and some of the CPAs and financial advisors we help, sometimes it could take 1 call to help somebody and get a sale. So there's a lot of variables that go along with this. And again, it all depends. If you guys remember with my friend, technical difficulties, with my friend Emily sometimes did 30 to 50 calls. 30 to 50. Can you believe that? Like, again, it depends on your sales process. It depends on your sales cycle. There's so many different variables. But just know, if you don't reach out and you don't call, you don't ask for what you want, you don't ask for the sale, you're allowing the other person 100% of the time to tell you no. So you don't even have that 50-50 option, right? That's like the biggest thing I want you guys to take away. Any questions? Put them in the comments. I'm going to get to them at the end, okay? And then, Amy, we have a question on LinkedIn in my messages, so we'll do that later. And again, I think the 3 ways to turn a no into a yes will really, really help you. So if you guys want that guide, we'll message it to you directly. Just type in guide in the comments below, right? Sure. Show. Type in show in the comments below and we will send you the guide on all platforms. So let's go over to the next ones. Are you guys thinking of questions yet? Also, if you can hit the share button, thumbs up, how about a heart? Little heart. We do hand hearts. Can you guys see it? Hand heart? Please share with everybody. Okay. Give it an espresso shot. I love this. Okay. I want to talk about Shark Tank. These stats are pretty crazy. So I have talked about it before. I did season number 4. There are a lot of stats that go into this. When I applied, there were over 30,000 applicants. That's 30,000. That's a lot of people. Only 140 of us made it to actually walk down the aisle and pitch in front of our sharks that we got to sort of choose. That's 0.4%. 0.4, not 4%, 0.4. That's a very, very small percentage, okay? Of the 0.4, only 50% of those people got a deal. That's 50%. So 140, that means 70 people-ish each season get a deal. In my season, from the stats that I saw, 37% got a deal. Okay, I was not one of them. So I pitched with my last company, Fitzy Foods. It was like right in the beginning. We had our protein bars. By the way, I think the Fitzy bars are going to live on. Yeah, I really think this is going to happen. One of our old clients contacted me. I will keep you guys and I will definitely let you know because whatever the bar name is going to be a sponsor of Coffee is for Closers and Success Unfiltered. And I will be doing tons of giveaways because those bars are delicious. Anyway, the bars that I had, I should have brought them today. They were cardboard boxes, okay? But my point is that the rejection when you go to Shark Tank is real. And it's like you're always walking on eggshells. And I actually just did an interview with Pat, right? From Sales Babble podcast. And he just sent me the link this morning. So I'll put the link down below in the comments and you guys can go pop over. But the whole show was about my Shark Tank experience. And I know we don't have like a ton of time today for that. But what I want to share with you is that I would have never had this opportunity if I would have let rejection make my decision for me. Okay? Let me go back to the video. How's the video, you guys? It's pretty clear, right? Oh, Etta's here. Hi, Etta. Patrick. What's up, Patrick? Oh, did I hear that right about the Fitzy bars? You did hear that right about the Fitzy bars. I think they're going to live on. I should know more very soon. We had a good call this morning. So, yeah, Fitzy bars are going to live on. The second they live on, I've already let Michael at Vitamin Shop know, so hopefully they'll be back in Vitamin Shop. I'm going to start my Costco tours again. I am not going to let rejection get in the way because what rejection was for me at Costco, you guys, was I couldn't come up with $125,000 to actually fund the order. That was the major rejection that I got when I was pitching this to investors. I got things like, it was crazy, you guys. When I went, okay, Costco guarantees a purchase order for fresh food. Okay, my product is considered fresh food. My form of rejection when I was pitching was, Michelle, this isn't risky enough. I'm like, what? I go, this is like a guarantee you're going to get your money back in about 9 months tops, and no one would give me the money. So again, if you go back up to the top in those slides, they didn't understand something. Maybe they didn't believe me, right? There's all these things that you can tackle if you get told no or you're rejected. Let me go back to it and I'll show you it. Can you guys see this? Yeah, okay. Recipe for rejection, so not accepting. The people, when I was pitching for the Fitzy bars for investors for $125,000, were not accepting. Or they did not believe me. They were really like, how does Costco guarantee a purchase order of fresh bars? And I'm like, they do. Do you want to talk to my buyer? Like, I think it was like too good to be true. And for those of you working with clients and services and different products, if you've heard it's too good to be true, that can be a benefit and it could not be a benefit all at the same time. Or the considering something. So you have to understand, what is that investor considering for himself? Maybe the return on investment wasn't large enough. So this is the recipe of rejection and the noun. This is cool. It's so clear you can actually see this. Man, it's nice what a new computer can do. Wow, it was an expensive purchase. So does that make sense? Now back to Shark Tank. All right, Etta, if Etta and Patrick and Tiffany and all those 4 of you watching can hit the share button, you will all be entered in for my Starbucks card and a hat. You're all going to be entered. All you have to do is comment below one question, share this on your pages, and like. You've already done that. So you only have to do one more thing, and that's share and put a comment below with a question, because I want to do Q&A today. All 4 of you are still here watching. 4 is, I think, the max I saw all at once in a long time. So put your questions below, because that's like my favorite part. Anyway, back to Shark Tank. So my pitch was like about an hour and a half, maybe an hour to an hour and a half. I was wearing high heels and my feet started to hurt. That's when you know it's a long time to stand in one spot. But my point is that if I didn't go fill out the paperwork and send in the videos and put myself, if you don't put yourself out there and put yourself in a place to get rejected and told no, then how can you improve? A lot of times when you get rejected or told no, you actually have an ability to improve your pitch. You get to improve your presentation. You get to improve what are you doing to help people, because one of those nouns is not in alignment. They don't understand you. They're missing something. There's something not in consideration for them. There's not enough return on investment. There's not enough value. So you can actually tweak your messaging so the no's shrink. So if you're getting 30 rejections or no's right now, you can actually like shrink it to 10. But if you don't ask, Amelia, this is for you. If you don't ask, then how will you know? If you don't ask, you're actually allowing the other person 100% of the time to answer no for you. And that's what I want you guys to take away from today. Hi, Jillian. Heart. That's what I want you to take away from today, okay? Just start asking. I make really funny YouTube videos on my YouTube page. If you guys need some ideas, you just go copy them. You can go to Islands or a restaurant and start doing everything I did in that video. You can go to a coffee shop and do everything I asked in that video. I have plenty of ideas for you that I keep adding every week on my YouTube page. And the YouTube page is The Pitch Queen. For those of you that don't know how to spell it, it's not the B, it's the P. So that's my YouTube page. You can go there and watch the funny videos because they are funny. But yeah, I wanted to share with you those stats on Shark Tank. It's very interesting. So again, out of 30,000 people, I was one of the 140 that pitched, only 0.4%, and then on average, 50% of us got a deal. 50% of us got rejected. That was me. But what happened after that, I got into Vitamin Shop. I did get into Costco. I just couldn't fulfill the big order. I mean, I got all sorts of stuff happening after that experience, because at that experience, I was able to tweak my pitch, tweak my messaging, and like navigate those waters to see what it is that people really, really, really needed to hear in order for them to make a decision to say yes. So hopefully that helps. I'm going to leave it with this before I go answer some of these questions. If you aren't getting rejected in business, okay, I'm going to make this, you don't need to do, this is not the dating show. on a daily basis, then your goals aren't ambitious enough. This is from Chris Dixon, an entrepreneur and co-founder of Hunch. So you can go research him. But I am like Chris. If you guys aren't getting rejected on a daily basis, then your goals aren't ambitious enough. And I like to explain this like at the gym. You guys know I like to work out. Whenever I'm with April, my workout buddy, we post our workouts. Otherwise, it's very difficult for me to take videos of me working out. It doesn't work out very well. But I want you guys to understand, I'll put this one on, we have all sorts of viewers. All of you guys watching, to enter to win one of these hats, this Starbucks card, all you have to do are 3 things. Thumbs up or heart, comment below on one question that you have for me. I'm going to answer it in just a little bit. And hit the share button and share the show with all your friends because this is some good stuff. I wouldn't be here if this wasn't good, and it's like really fun. But it's way more fun with all you guys watching. Since we have clear camera, maybe that's why all you guys are watching. Okay, can you see my screen? Yeah. If you are not getting rejected on a daily basis, then your goals aren't ambitious enough. I agree. I think each of you should try to get rejected or told no on a daily basis. It's like building a muscle. If you want to get stronger, if you want to grow your muscles in the gym, or if you want to lose weight, you have to be consistent, right? In your businesses, you have to be consistent. If you want referrals, you need to be consistently asking for referrals. If you want to grow your top line revenue, you need to be consistently on the phone with clients or out and about selling or whatever you do to sell your services. If you want to raise more money for your company, you need to be out there raising money and pitching. Well, guess what? You're going to get rejected. So I say do one thing every day in your business that you might get rejected or told no on. See what happens. Okay? I'm going to end with that, and I'm going to go into questions. So, let's start with the first question.
Tiffany asks,
Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany.
how many times do you follow up until someone responds?
Okay, so I'm going to give you the example of follow-up. I go extreme. What I do is called you have to be professionally annoying. What professionally annoying means is that you're going to follow up in a few different ways. Tiffany, type in show in the notes below too. I'm going to send you, I've got a thing for follow-up. We have a follow-up guide, right? Yep. We're going to put in the comments. This will help you out. We'll put the link. Just put in your email and you're going to get my thing for follow-up. Dave Ellis. Okay? He's going to be on the podcast. I have called him, I think it was the 5th time I called him in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Dave Ellis is the dietitian. He is oversees all the NFL dietitians and Major League Baseball dietitians. I've known him about 8 to 10 years now. I can't really remember. So we have a pretty good relationship. But at the end of the day, he was in San Diego last week. I had no idea. I just said, you know what? Let me just call Dave again. I needed to talk to him about a few things. The podcast was one of them. There's the winter baseball meetings that I go to every year with all the baseball major league dietitians that I work with. And I wanted to know when it was. So I had a couple different reasons to call him. I followed up 5 times. I just kept leaving messages like, hey Dave, I know you're busy. No worries. I just thought I'd drop you a message in your voicemail box again. You guys, people are busy. And once you realize how busy they are and how busy you are, you've got to follow up if that's what you want. And people will respect you for that. So I did a little video with him on my LinkedIn page. I wonder if I can put the direct link in there. Maybe Amy can see if we can find it from my LinkedIn page, Tiffany. But you can see from Dave what he said. He said I was persistent and that he felt guilty if he didn't call me back because he ended up being in San Diego. So, I mean, I followed up with him 5 times in a month period. that might be a little excessive for some of you. So I say for starters, double whatever you're doing now. That's my 2 cents. If you're following up once or twice a month, double it. And again, you can't just, if you're following up only on social media, that doesn't count. You've got to pick up the phone. You've got to send text messages. You've got to send emails. You've got to do the old school stuff. Like commenting and doing stuff on social media is cool, but that's not the same. You've got to do the old school stuff. So hopefully that helps, Tiffany. Etta, I want it too, please, on follow-up. Etta, type in show in the notes below. You'll get it. SHOW. Etta, I'm attending a conference in a couple weeks, and the keynote speaker uses ServiceNow software we implement. What's the best way to approach him to get a meeting to demo our solution? All right, Etta, if that guy is going to be at the conference, first thing I would do is email him and just introduce yourself. I would find him on LinkedIn and all social media so he can at least see your name. And then when you're at the show, I would just walk up to him and say, hey, you know what? I really love ServiceNow. I want to demo this and maybe use this as our solution. Can we book an appointment next week after the conference when you have more time? I'd love to send you a message. I know you're really busy, but I'll make whatever time works for you. And then you're going to get a cell phone number. I think this is in my guide too, you guys. Isn't it, Amy? Yeah, I think it is. So in the guide you guys are going to get, it will show you step by step how to get someone's cell phone number. But if he has a business card, ask for the business card, okay? Pretend the Starbucks card is the business card. You'll notice most people don't put their cell phone. You're going to look at it real quick, and you're going to say, hey, you know what? What's your cell phone number? You're going to flip it over on the back. You're going to grab your pen, and you're going to write a cell phone number down, because when you have the business card and a pen and you ask that question, I have never been told no. You just got to go with the flow. Be confident. Don't be nervous. And then if he does say, you know what, I don't give out my cell phone. Okay, I wanted just to text to confirm. No big deal. What's your personal email address? Because sometimes these guys have, they have gatekeepers that read their emails or assistants. So you actually want to get their personal email. And I talk about how I did that with Pat Flynn in one of the previous Coffee is for Closers episodes. So Etta, I'll show you that replay and you can go watch that one. I talk about how we got Pat Flynn's personal email address. I did not ask him for his phone number, but I knew he had a gatekeeper because his assistant Jessica was always emailing me back. So I needed to get to his email personally. So hopefully that helps you. Thumbs up if that helps you. Tell me yes or no, okay? What other one?
Any suggestions on trying to get to set a better air when cold calling?
Cold calling. Oh, that's the one from LinkedIn. What's his name? Oh. Okay, so how do you get better air? He put air in air quotes. I don't know why. When cold calling. So I think the best thing is your attitude. When you guys are cold calling, and if you come from the mindset like, oh, here we go again, I got to go call people, guess what? That energy is going to come across the phone. So if you want to be cold calling in a positive mindset where people are excited to talk to you, you've got to get your mind right. I actually did a segment on this too, so maybe I'll send that to you. But I'll tell you like the top 3 things to do. I do affirmations, so I don't know if you do that. Oh, I did it with my friend Carlos. We did a whole episode on this. Affirmations, getting your mind right, like working out. So what I do is I do mine on the treadmill or doing cardio. I like to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but it's interesting because your brain patterns get more in groove when you're actually physically moving. So maybe you're walking, but you've got to get your mind right. You also have to be from the place that these people need to hear from you. You're actually doing them a disservice if they want to hang up on you. So does that make sense? If you are cold calling, that means that you have something that the other person probably needs, and you need to present it in like a 10 to 20 second way where piques their interest. It's all about them. It has nothing to do with you. And when I think you can figure that part out, it will really, really help you. My last thing on this piece is you've got to have high energy. So maybe it's like you're standing up. I know you can't see me, but maybe you're not sitting down. Maybe you're standing up because when you're sitting down, you have low energy. But if you have one of those stand-up desks, I got one of those. But if you're on a stand-up desk, I would do cold calls standing up. I would get your mind right, do some jumping jacks. I know some people have listened to like a song that pumps you up. If you call people excited because you have something great to talk about, they're not going to want to hang up with you. There's no way. You make sense? So hopefully that helps you. Those are my 3 things. I have talked about it in the past, so I'm going to put that link in there and email it to you on LinkedIn or message you, okay? So hopefully that helps. Tiffany, yes, on advice. I am total online biz and try to stay away from calls, unless they are scheduled calls. Tiffany, I'm an online biz too. You got to pick up the phone and call though, especially if you have people's phone numbers. I mean, I'm all about scheduled calls for, the people that schedule. But if you're getting leads like in your inbox or online inquiries, you've got to pick up the phone and call. So I also consult with the gym. Okay, I love them to death. But we tend to deviate. Like when your sales flatten out or go down, you want to know why? It's because you stopped focusing and being consistent on the things that you were good at before that got to where you were today. So sometimes you need to go reverse and go back in time and focus on sales, calling clients, asking for referrals, people emailing you an inbound message and they gave you a phone number. Instead of emailing them back an answer, pick up the phone and call them. People will be shocked. So Tiffany, if you're getting phone numbers and emails, like when people message you, like just call them. Or if they're on Skype and they give you your Skype ID, I would call them on Skype and just say, hey, I got your email. It was so nice to hear from you. I'd love to book a call with you. Here's the link to my calendar, and I can't wait to talk to you. It's more personal, and it took you 20 seconds. But the stuff for the gym was the same way. They get a ton of leads and inquiries from Instagram. Well, guess what? They stopped posting on Instagram for like 2 weeks because they got busy. I'm like, no. You can't stop posting to Instagram if that is your main lead generation and lead flow. You have to be consistent, right? Like, guys, I'm here. This is like the 13th week. I've been here consistently. Some weeks no one's here, and some weeks like today, it's super fun because all of you guys are here. So you have to be consistent. And I recommend that whatever you choose to do, you've got to choose something where you can stay consistent. Consistency, if you're not consistent, that's where everything falls off the boat. Tiffany, great. Does that help? So I know you get Skype numbers and you get Skype people and you get phone numbers and emails because I do too for the online stuff. You just got to, don't respond back in email, just call them. And then if they don't answer, leave a message and then respond. It gives a personal touch and I guarantee your sales are going to go up for sure. Any other questions?
One more.
Yes! One more. This is fun, you guys. I all of a sudden got non-sleepy. Remember, I was a little bit depresso because I was a little bit delusional? Well, that's changed. That's changed. Okay, sip of water.
Ellen said that she needs help choosing what to do. She doesn't know, how to do her product or service is through Instagram.
Ellen?
Yes.
Cool, Tiffany. Ellen, what's the question again?
Her biggest sales struggle is not making up her mind for her product or service.
Okay. Ellen, you got to make up your mind. That's like all you have to do. And here's why. I would pick, have you done any market research yet? Market research will tell you what your people need. And then if you've got 2 options, you've got to choose A or B. Choose one and get rolling with one. The longer you wait, I call them missed opportunities. For example, what are your 2 options? Are you online right now? You're not there. Okay. Let's just say you've got a cookie company or a lollipop company. I'm making this up because I have no idea what you do. Well, if you don't try either of them, and let's just say every cookie you sell is $3, you're missing out. Your missed opportunity cost for keep toting, well, what one am I going to do, is $3 a cookie. So let's say you could sell 100 cookies in a month. That's $300 a month in missed sales by you not making up your mind. Does that help? So I say make up your mind, choose A or B, you cannot do both. Pick one and go all in and make it happen as soon as possible, as fast as you can. Because you guys, and for everyone on Facebook and Tiffany and Etta and all of you, your biggest things sometimes are missed opportunities. You really need to think about that. Opportunity cost is as great as the sales that you're doing in your business. When you don't post on Instagram, when you don't call people or you don't Skype them because you're an online business, so you think you should do everything just online and social media, that could be your next referral. It could be your next big sale that you would have never had. So go through and think about, like, what are those missed opportunities because I didn't do something, because I didn't pick up the phone this week, because I didn't email that person. You really need to think about some of this as missed sales opportunities as well. So for Ellen, right? Ellen, I don't know what kind of business you do, but if it's between a cookie company and a lollipop company, choose one, roll with it, make it happen, because every day that you sit there and decide, oh, well, what am I going to do? I don't know which direction, I can't decide, you're actually losing money every single day. Every day you wait and decide and think about it, I can't tell you how many people have all these great ideas and they're just sitting and thinking about it. Like, I don't know what you're thinking about it for, but by you not putting it into action is actually costing you money. So I'll leave it with that. Anything else, you guys? Thank you so much for joining me. Again, to enter in for the $25 Starbucks gift card and the hat, there's 3 things you need to do. 1, like or heart this post. Number 2, hit the share button on your pages and share this. And number 3, comment below. Some of you have already entered in, so you're good to go. Lastly, if you are interested in success, and let me change hats because that's a different show. Glad I have all these hats. Okay, I'm talking about the podcast now. We are now talking about, you're welcome, Tiffany. You're welcome. I hope it helped. Success Unfiltered is my podcast for those of you that don't know. I'm giving away hats, Amazon, gift cards, because I want the podcast to get to more people like you who need to hear these messages from all of these amazing entrepreneurs that I've interviewed. Like, I love doing these podcast interviews. This is super fun. And there's like 17 interviews. All you have to do to enter to win that contest is write a review, download the podcast, listen to one episode, and send me a screenshot. All the information as at thepitchqueen.com. That's this hat. Oh my God. I'm delusional again. So thepitchqueen.com/prizes. Here, I'll write it out for you if your audio is broken. I mean, it's a clear picture, so you guys should be able to see this. Prizes. thepitchqueen.com/prizes. Anyway, I know. It's getting a little out of control here. I've had way too much water and coffee, not enough sleep. I will see you guys next week. This was way more fun today. Thumbs up. Thank you for being here. I hope you learned something. Put something to action today. Do not sit around and wait another week for something just to happen on its own, because it won't. I promise you. You got to put things into action. Tiffany, try what I suggested. Let me know next week how it worked out. Etta, I cannot wait to see how it goes with that guy from the conference, so make sure to comment when that happens. I want to know. And I'll see you guys next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Pacific. Put in your calendars and type show in the notes below, and you'll get an automated reminder. Have a great day.